Hello folks, this is Kevin Gilmore from Gilmore Brittany's, located outside Boscobel, Wisconsin. We've been training and breeding Brittany's for over 25 years. We're a family-run operation and our family plays a huge part in it. Our weekly winners for the drawing for the two hats are John Dye and Megan Agnocker. I apologize if I really said that name wrong, but give us a PM, give us your address so we can get those hats sent out to you this week, and tell us whether you wanted the camouflage or the orange one. And we're going to do another drawing next week again, and it'll be for the same two hats. Just like us and share us on Facebook, and we'll do another random drawing. Now, when it comes to training bird dogs, it takes a lot of pigeons or a lot of birds. And you can use any bird you want. We prefer to use pigeons. And we've got a whole coop full of them. And we try to give every dog 2 birds a day is kind of the goal. Sometimes you give them 3 depending on the situation or what the dog needs. Kind of custom fit it for them. But when we talk about pigeons, this is what we're talking about. Planting pigeons, there's kind of a trick to it. When you plant them in the field, you got to set the dog up for success. That's real important. And so we try to put them in the same spot a few times in a row so the dog knows when it gets to that spot that there's going to be a bird there, because sometimes when that dog is, a little bit older and they've never seen a bird before, when that first bird flies up, it kind of spooks them a little bit. And after the bird flies off, then that dog's sniffing around, smelling, and the genetics is kicking in and the tail's going 100 mile an hour and he likes that smell. And so to set them up for success for a week or so, we like to put them in the same spot, lead the dog in there, the check cord on him, and then release the bird. And we're going to show you a video of that. As you can see, this is a pretty worn path from using it all summer long, training bird dogs. One of the key success to setting a bird dog up to be successful is consistency. And so you always want them to find that bird at first. They're young, they're learning how to use their nose. We could go through this whole field, of course, and try to find a bird, or we can set the bird up same place every time for the first couple weeks, so that bird dog knows that bird's there, and then he gets to using his nose and he likes that smell, and then after a couple weeks we hide that bird somewhere else. And if you went out there a little further on that path I've got worn, you'd see another bird out there. And so that's a big deal. So when you're planting birds, you want to be aware of the wind, because when you're leading the dog into it, you got to remember the wind's blowing from one direction. You want it to pull the scent into the dog so you can set him up for success. That's what it's all about, is success. That dog has success and he's happy with it. You're happy with it. You tell him what a good boy it is, and then tomorrow when you do it all over again, that dog liked how it turned out yesterday, and he'll do it for you again. Okay, this is how you put a pigeon to sleep. Sometimes when you put them in a cage, they still can pop that cage up and be flying away before you get your bird dog there to work them. So you tuck their head underneath their wing, hold it there like that, turning upside down, and you're going to pull on the leg. And I usually like to do a count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You just kind of went stiff there a little bit. Set him under there, just like that. And that pigeon's asleep. Now he's going to wake up in 30-40 seconds, which gives you time to go get your bird dog, get your collar on him and things like that. You're already in the field, but sometimes those bigger pigeons will pop up against these cages and they're not there when you get there. So this is one way to ensure sometimes for a bird like that that he'll be there. I hope that helps you. An old-fashioned Brittany is a Brittany that has a lot of color to it, and that's why I call them an old-fashioned. A lot of people are breeding them for white, and it's kind of mixed in with them now. Genetically, there's nothing you can do about it. It's you're gonna get, when you get litter pups, you're gonna get some white ones, you're gonna get some old-fashioned ones, and I've got a video here that shows an old-fashioned Brittany working in the field, and I want you to notice that he almost disappears in the tall grass. And so we like to use a bell or a beeper or something like that on him so we can locate him. But you watch this video and you see what I mean. Well, folks, I want you to think about what you did this week to keep the bird dog sporting industry to continue. It's a very important thing for all of us that love this sport and have dedicated our lives to it. And we all are going to have to do some little things to keep it going. And just think about that in your travels this week when you run into somebody. Like us on Facebook. We've got a website, GilmoreBrittany's.com, and hunt them up, folks. Thank you.